Hi everybody, today we are going to discuss about connective tissue. As we all know, connective tissue, it is a very important tissue present in our human body, and from its name itself we can understand its function, that is connection and support to other tissues. Following the other functions mentioned here of the connective tissue, and first one, mechanical support. It acts as a mechanical support to other tissues or other part organs of the body. Okay. Next one, medium for the exchange of nutrients and waste products. If in case of waste products produced by the cells, which can be removed or through the connective tissue. For that, connective tissue act as a medium for the exchange as well as waste removal. Okay. And third one, for energy storage and thermal insulation. Energy storage means energy storage or energy store means it involved in the ATP storage. As we know that ATP acts as the energy currency of the cell. For its storage, connective tissue have an important role. And thermal insulation means the reduce of the heat transfer between the parts of the tissue, okay, or parts of the cells, okay. Next one, I mean fourth one, defensive functions, that is protective functions. For the protection, it acts as a barrier from the unwanted substances, and it involves in the engulfing of the bacteria, and also it involved in the secretion of the antibodies. Deal with the composition of connective tissue. As we know, connective tissue is made up of some of the subunits or some of the fibers, that is collagen fibers, elastic fibers, reticular fibers, etc. Collagen fibers, it is one of the large fibers made up of the protein called collagen, and it is one of the most abundant fiber present in the human body or connective tissue, okay. And it promotes tissue flexibility, and that is tissue movement. Next one, elastic fibers. It is one of the intermediate fibers, and it made up of protein called elastin, and it usually arranged as a branching network for its stretch and recoil. That is as the arrangement of the elastic fibers in a branching way, which leads to the which allows the stretching and recoiling of the elastic fibers. Next one, reticular fibers. It is small, delicate, branched fibers, have same chemical composition as that of collagen, and it form structural framework, that is it forms subunits of spleen, lymph nodes. These are the type of these are the organs which contain the reticular fibers and which form the structural framework in such organs, okay. Next, we deal with the classification of connective tissue. That is, firstly, we can it have some categories and as well as subtypes. First, loose connective tissue. Loose connective tissue includes areolar connective tissue, adipose connective tissue, reticular connective tissue, and dense connective tissue. It includes dense regular connective tissue, dense irregular connective tissue, elastic connective tissue. Next, cartilage. There are three types of cartilages: hyaline cartilage, fibro cartilage, elastic cartilage. Next, bone tissue, and after that, liquid connective tissue. It includes blood tissue and lymph. Next, we can deal one by one these type of connective tissues. First, loose connective tissue, that is areolar connective tissue. They forms a loose network in intracellular material, that is it form a loose network, okay. It consists of or it is made up of collagen, elastic fibers, reticular fibers, and several other kinds of cells. And it is mainly located below the skin, as well as fill space, that is free space between the muscles, and it also supports the blood vessels and nerves in the alimentary canal. And its functions involves it give the strength and elasticity and support to the tissue. Here we can see a diagram of the areolar connective tissue, that is an elastic fiber and fibroblast and collagen fiber and ground substance, which is intertwined between these fibers, lymphocytes, mast cells, and fat cell, plasma cell, neutrophil, and capillary. Are these type of cells are arranged in a intertwined way, that is interlinked or interconnected with each other. Okay, it is a prototype connective tissue as well. Next, adipose connective tissue. It is made up of a cell called adipocyte, which stores fat, and it is located in the subcutaneous layer deep in the skin, and also it present around the heart and kidneys. And following are some of its functions. It prevent the heat loss from the body. That means thermal insulation itself, and it acts as a reservoir of energy, and it gives shape to the limbs and body, and also it protects the organ from the any chemical or mechanical or physical injury. Okay. Here we can see adipose tissue connective tissue diagram, that is in the lean patients as well as obese patients or obese body. Here we can also recognize the differences between these two type of categories, that is in lean patients or lean body, CD4 plus T cell is present, and in obese patient, CD8 plus T cells are present. And in lean body, M2 macrophage is present. In obese patients, M1 macrophage is present. It is what I think it is these two type of differences. It actually is an important one, which can differentiate between the lean and obese body. Next, reticular connective tissue. It contains reticular fibers and reticular cells, and it is mainly located in the supporting framework of liver, spleen, lymph nodes, red bone marrow, and it is also found around blood vessels and muscles. Okay. Some of its functions are: it binds together the smooth muscle tissue cells, filters and removes the microbes in the lymph nodes. It acts as a filter in the removal of microbes in the lymph node. Okay. Here we can see the reticular connective tissue diagram, that is reticular fibers in a scattered way and lymphocytes in the round, and it is due to silver staining for the this diagram is a microscopic one after silver staining for the reticular fibers. Next, dense connective tissue. In dense connective tissue, the fibers are densely packed. As from name itself, we can understand the densely packed nature of the connective tissue. The fiber content is very much higher as compared to loose connective tissue, and cell content is lower as compared to loose connective tissue. First, dense regular connective tissue. Here, the collagen fibers are arranged in a parallel pattern as bundles to provide the strength to the connective tissue. Its main characteristic is a bundle arrangement of the collagen fibers in a parallel pattern. Fibroblasts appear between the between the fibers in as rows. Okay, the arrangement of the fibroblast in the dense regular connective tissue is in a row way between the fibers. It is tough in nature, and as we can see, this type of tissue present in the tendons which attach the muscle to bone, and ligaments which attach the bone to bone, and its function, it provides strong attachment to the structure. Here we can see its diagram. After the staining, we can see the fibroblast nuclei small in as a comma way, then collagen fibers from this diagram. Next, we can deal with dense irregular connective tissue. Here the collagen fibers are arranged in an irregular way, and only few fibroblasts are arranged in between the fibers as compared to dense regular connective tissue. And its location mainly present in the dermis layer of the skin, membrane capsules around the kidneys, liver, testes, and heart valves. Okay, function provide strength to different organs. Here we can see the its diagram. Dense irregular connective tissue in the deep dermis region of the skin. Collagen fibers bundles are arranged here as a irregular way. Next, elastic connective tissue. It consists of elastic fibers branched in a free manner, that is free branching arrangement of the elastic fibers, and also fibroblasts are present in the spaces between the fibers and not in a raw fashion. Okay, it is yellowish in color, and location, it is present in tissues, walls of elastic arteries, trachea, bronchial tubes, and vocal cords. These are these are the places or parts where this elastic connective tissue is present. Functions, it allows stretching of various organs. It helps the stretching and recoiling of the various types of organs. Here we can see its diagram. It's somewhat dark, and it's not much clear. Here we can see. Next, cartilage. It means the arrangement or the of the collagen fibers and elastic fibers as networks in a close packing manner. Okay, the mature cartilage contain cells which is called chondrocytes. Okay, here hyaline cartilage, it is one of important type of cartilage. It is bluish white in color. It consists of fine collagen fibers and many chondrocytes. Okay, location, it is present at the end of long bones and anterior ends of the ribs, nose, and bronchial tubes, parts of larynx, trachea. These are some of the regions where these are normally found. And function, it provides a small surface for the movements at the joints and flexibility and support. Here we can see the diagram of the hyaline cartilage, that is lacuna, chondrocyte, and matrix after the microscopic analysis. Next, fibrocartilage. It is the strongest form of cartilage. Next, fibrocartilage. It is strongest form of cartilage. Here the arrangement of the chondrocytes are scattered among the bundles of collagen fibers within the extracellular matrix. It is mainly present in the intervertebral disc, and functions are it covers as well as protects the bony structures of the body. Here we can see the microscopic nature of the fibrocartilage, the scattering of the fibrocartilage, and such that. Okay. Here next, elastic cartilage. Here the chondrocytes are located within the thread-like network of elastic fibers within the extracellular matrix. That is, the here the arrangement of the elastic fibers are in a thread-like manner, and within that chondrocytes are located. Okay. Location: pinna of the ear and top of the larynx. Functions: it provides the strength and elasticity to the organs, and as well as it maintains the shape of certain organs such as external ear. Here we can from this we can understand that the elastic cartilage is an important one in the present in the ear. Okay, and when we deal with ear, from this we can understand that elastic cartilage is an important one in the shape which provides shape to the ear. Okay. Here the microscopic nature of the elastic cartilage. The perichondrium is the chondroblast is the chondrocyte is the elastic fibers are they're arranged in a thread-like manner.